Previously on Use Your Imagination.
So, are we off to Sage Lake then?
I guess so.
Alyssa is at Lakeside Inn and Tavern. She knows you're looking for her.
Teth, bury me.
Bury you?
I want to be the Sand Guardian.
Guardian of the Sand.
Poseidon quivers before him.
And in front of you see this gnomish girl with kind of light brown hair pulled up into a ponytail, and she's got these big round glasses on her face. She's wearing a simple blue tunic and brown trousers, and she looks up to all of you and just sighs again. Can I help you?
Alyssa and Evermore?
Who's asking?
Some friends of Craven.
Oh, okay, right. He said somebody was coming by. Come on in. When one witnesses a prophecy told before your very eyes, you can never know if the foreseen will come true unless you wait for it to come about. Rarely do those witness to a prophecy have that kind of time. And there's a credit to that quote next to it. It says, "Witness to the first telling of the prophecy, High Priest of the Matron, Khaleesi Karryn, year 1002 AC." And then, following that, is the following text. When fate converges at the same time, new ones will be written. When the druid falls, the future will awaken. When the healer falls, the pardon will arise. When the haunted falls, the codex will stir. When the entertainer falls, the strings will emerge. When the four facets of fate return, a challenge of great evil will await them. Aside from the ringing of the bell in the harbor and the muffled sounds of scraping wood from the bar downstairs, the five of you sit in your prayer circle, each being drawn into the palpable quiet of the room itself and sinking into your own trances. Hattie, you're slowly pulled into your own mind. A dark landscape with an ever-present glowing horizon of cobalt. Pinpricks of light dance around you like floating lanterns and fireflies, and the closer you come to them, the easier it is to see the flashes of your memory contained within. A path of brilliant light folds out in front of you and extends off into that distant horizon. And peering beside you, you see the form of a humanoid figure. She's much, much taller than you are, with dark brown skin and cascading white hair that pours over her shoulders in a mess of curls, and she has 3 shining golden eyes. She wears layers of robes and silvers and blues that cover her feet, and wound around her neck and her wrists are a series of multicolored strings that seem to trail off and whip around in a sourceless wind behind her. She smiles down at you pleasantly, placing a hand on your back, and makes moves to walk forward down that path of brilliant light. You continue with her, steps quickening just as hers do at a steady pace. As you walk, you hear the whispers of memories floating around you, sounds of past happiness and past sadness in turn with one another. You continue walking, the hand of the woman warm and welcoming against your back. Soon, the path you travel down reveals to you the arc of a bridge that would allow you to pass an unseen chasm or river. The woman removes her hand from your back and points forward, and your gaze follows to the bridge once more. Now, standing at the bridge, is the image of Elysia Nevermore, standing with a tired and bored expression on her face. Behind her, beyond the bridge, is a looming figure, clothed in a long black dress with stitches of red and gray. A crown of gold and red floats above their head, and the mask they wear is one familiar to you, a white porcelain mask. And beyond that figure, further away and still beyond that bridge, you see almost as if it was hung in the sky among the moon and stars, turning in the air as if to taunt, a card. A tarot card wholly familiar to you that sends ice through your veins. You look away and back to the woman. She looks down at you, still smiling, and places a hand on your shoulder. In this moment, there are no words, no booming voice from the heavens to give guidance, no roadmap as clear-cut as you might like. In this moment, you search the woman's face for a hint, for even a flash of understanding, but she just keeps smiling, never opening her mouth. There aren't words, but a deep part of you creates a voice to understand, to interpret. The voice, which sounds like two voices layered on top of one another, is sweet and calm and echoes around you. Let the bridge take you where you need to be. And with that voice, the landscape of your mind begins to slowly fold in on itself until it becomes a dot in a sudden expanse of white. And slowly, you return from your prayer. Teth. Once you close your eyes, praying to a god that you're not even quite sure about, the darkness behind your eyelids goes away, and suddenly you can see the room you were in before as clear as day, but now in black and white. The world has come to a halt, and the sound of the bell at the harbor is muffled now, a single consistent note, as if someone had frozen the sound itself. It's almost as if you never closed your eyes to begin with. You see your companions sat around you, each with their heads bowed. The only colors you see are the strings, some hung like streamers passing through the walls and floors. And like the first time you saw them, the strings are pulling out and away from the chests of your companions, and a red string pulls away from you. The strings pull upwards, tangling together above you in a mass of crisscrossing lines. Except now, your strings are joined by that of another, a bright, striking shade of blue that stretches out and away from the chest of Elysia Nevermore, who now sits in the circle with you, eyes closed, sitting on her knees with her hands held awkwardly in her lap. Looking at her, you notice something hovering above her, a white porcelain mask, one that you know and will never forget. Raining down from that mask is a stream of black feathers that encircle Elysia as they land on the floor around her, some landing in her hair or being slowed in their path by the strings that cross through this room. You look around once more and you see more of the same feathers falling around yourself and your companions. They're not in the same concentration, but they do fall delicately, scattered on the floor and getting stuck on clothes and hair. But there's more. It's not random. And looking closely at where the feathers are falling, you see they've been falling in line. 4 lines, to be precise, each one starting at yourself and your 3 compatriots. And the lines of feathers extend across the circle and meet and stop at the feathers that have fallen around Elysia. And slowly, the colors bleed back into the world, colors that seem to seep into reality from the strings themselves. And as the colors bleed from the strings and splash back into the real world, they turn black and white and disappear before the darkness of your eyelids returns. Lezeth, you feel a chill settle over you, one that grows steadily colder. A landscape appears before your eyes, one that you recognize. And with that recognition, you're suddenly hit with a pressure on your shoulders and at the back of your head. The same pressure you remember from the first time your mind was brought to this place. The clearing in a snowy wood, wind whipping around you and whistling through the pines. The stars above twinkling and flickering. Off in the distance, much further from it than you were in your previous vision, is the tear in the fabric of the universe that you know so well. You look to your left. Standing beside you is a humanoid figure, tall and heavily built with wrinkled dark skin and a head of frizzy and slowly graying ginger hair. Her eyes are a bright fluctuation between verdant green and ocean blue. She wears a sheer light green dress trimmed with gold. The fabric turns to crashing waves at her feet, and a cape of the same light green color blows in the wind. A small crown of flowers sits atop her head, and leaves of all colors sit scattered throughout her hair. She holds a staff made from wood and vines in her left hand. She doesn't seem to be cold or affected by any of the snow falling around you. She begins to walk forward, the fabric of her dress dragging in the snow. You go to follow her, and you grow ever closer to the rift, the discordant warbling sounds and lights growing louder and brighter. 60 feet, 50 feet, 40 feet. The woman beside you stops and points for you to continue walking. 30 feet away from the rift, you go to take another step, and you stop just in time for the next 10 feet of ground in front of you to crumble away into what looks like a bottomless chasm that stretches long ways across the entirety of the clearing. It's almost as if the earth had split in two in that very spot. Suddenly, the snow that was falling around you slowly turns to raven's feathers, landing quietly on the snow. You look back to where you came from, and the woman is still there, pointing forward with her staff. You turn again in the direction she's pointing, and you see on the other side of that chasm is the figure of Alyssa Nevermore. She's standing there watching you as if waiting for something, waiting for you to do something. And then you see another figure behind her, one with their stark white hand placed on top of Alyssa's head. They're wearing a long black dress accented in reds and grays. A crown floats above their head, and a white porcelain mask conceals the face. Their hair, black and pinned straight, is long and splayed out around them as if floating. The sound of a raven cawing sounds overhead. You watch as Alyssa squats and puts a hand over the chasm. She lowers her hand until it's level with the ground, and suddenly, a solid surface appears to form under her hand, rippling like water as it connects with your side of the chasm. Alyssa stands again, looking to you with the same expectant and beckoning expression, waiting for you. You look back to the woman before. Now she's standing with her staff back to her side. She nods, and then the falling raven feathers blow in front of her, hiding her from view. You turn your head in Alyssa's direction and begin taking steps across this surface, this bridge. As you do, your vision begins to blur, and with a start, you've returned from your prayer. Kai, your mind is suddenly brought to the slums. Looking around, you're surrounded by dilapidated buildings, ones that you know and are deeply familiar with. Snow and muck line the cracked cobble streets, but no one else is around. The cold isolation of traversing through the street alone sets in. You look up above you, taking in a breathtaking night sky with glittering stars and swirls of purple and blue, except something is off. The stars almost look bigger now. Closer, the light brighter and more prominent among the darkness. And then suddenly, you feel a hand at your shoulder. You look over to your left side and you see a rather tall, humanoid figure where there was none before. His skin is a deep brown, while his hair, a shimmer of bluish silver, stretches past his shoulders in thick waves. His eyes are pupilless, but reflect the night sky perfectly. From his pointed ears hang star-shaped earrings, and a series of silver rings on his fingers. He wears a long robe of deep blues and dark purples under a silver breastplate. He moves his hand from your shoulder to your back and begins to walk down the street. You go along with him as you turn corner after corner, and soon you come to the area of the slums where the old god crest used to be, a circle where the many temples of the city used to be placed before the war. The man stops just before reaching the center of the circle, and you stop with him. It's just as familiar as any other part of the slums, but it's different somehow. You don't know how, and then suddenly, you do. You watch the door of one of the old temples open, and you see yourself stepping out. Same necklace, same earrings, same everything. It's you, except you look older by maybe 5 years or a little more. Your older self steps out of the temple, and before you didn't see them, but now there are children waiting at the bottom of the front steps. Ones that remind you of yourself when you were younger. Small and hungry and desperate, as many people in the slums are. As your older self opens the door and steps out, the children perk up, coming up the steps and filtering inside. You hear yourself beckoning and welcoming them in, and smiling brightly at them before turning into the building once more. Your older self steps out again, this time with a large piece of wood carved into the shape of a shield. It's a sign. And as your older self places it by the door, propping it up against the wall, you see it reads, Fiendssong Orphanage. Your older self dusts his hands off and goes back inside, closing the door tightly. You scramble forward, trying to claim this future for yourself, hoping to step into this reality. The man from before stands silently, doing nothing but watch as you make your way desperately across the circle. You get within 10 feet of the temple before the world breaks. The entire section of land where the temple is located breaks off from the circle. You look around and suddenly, you're not in the slums anymore. All that you can see is the circle. There's no other landscape. Like, this part of the world became a floating island in a sea of stars. And the future that you want to claim has drifted out of your reach. And you look back, finding the man from before, pointing forward. You follow his finger, and there, standing on the broken island, about 20 feet away from you, is Alyssa Nevermore. A tall figure in blacks and reds and grays and golds, their face obscured by a white porcelain mask, stands beside her. Alyssa looks at you, smiling before lowering her hand to ground level. And as she does this, the stars around you coalesce into a strip of light, a bridge that stretches from the broken island all the way to you. And you look to your side, and standing there once again is the man. He looks to you, nodding. He doesn't open his mouth, but you hear a voice. You will find what you need soon enough. Let the bridge guide you. Then you turn, starting to make your way down the bridge, and then it ends, and you're back from your prayer. You guys open your eyes after all of that, and you are still in the room at Lakeside Inn and Tavern, and sitting next to you is Alyssa Nevermore, who has just come back from her prayer as well. So I'm going to open up the session for you guys now.
Hattie just lunges for her notebook and just starts not the one to what's his name? Craven. I don't remember. Craven. And just starts writing down everything she saw and can remember.
Okay.
So did any of you guys go on some sort of vision quest journey or hallucination trip?
Lezeth,
Did you put anything in my food that might make me hallucinate?
Well, neither deny. Hold on.
Okay, I did not write all of that for people to think that was a drug trip.
Hattie just turns and gives a stern look, God damn it, and just keeps writing though.
So what did you all see?
Well, what did you see?
I asked you first.
I saw her, and Lezeth points to Alyssa Nevermore.
I saw her too.
She just looks at you, pointing at her. She's like, "What?" and points her finger at herself. She's like, "Me?" Mouthing.
Oh yeah, she's here too.
Yeah.
You saw her in your vision.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start crying.
The session is off to a great start.
Just after a minute, Hattie sits down her book after she's finished writing. She's like, I saw her too, and how you're like a bridge, I think, to where we need to go.
A bridge as well. It wasn't necessarily where we need to go. It was to the future, or a version of the future. I think it was a good version. I'd like to go to that future, please.
Well, for me, she built a bridge so I could get to the rift that I had a vision about. There was like a chasm that opened up in front of me and I couldn't get to the tear in reality, and then all of a sudden she was there and she put her hand on the ground and there was a bridge out of nowhere.
Well, we're 3 for 4 on bridges. Teth, did you see a bridge?
I didn't see a bridge. I did see Alicia, and there was like the porcelain mask above her, and there were like black feathers like falling down on top of her, and then there were also black feathers falling down on top of us, but they were falling like in a line that pointed towards Alicia.
Like a connection.
Yeah.
Like a bridge.
Like a bridge. One could say it's almost like a bridge.
I also saw the Raven Queen in my dream just behind Alicia.
Me as well.
Me too. I turned to Alicia. What does she seem to be making of all this?
She's just listening at this point.
But what's her
wait,
reaction?
Alicia.
Is she concerned, confused?
She looks like she's thinking to herself.
I'm gonna ask her, Alicia, did you see anything?
Certainly not the way that you guys saw something. I'll tell you that much.
I'm gonna ask her, Alicia, funny question. Please take me seriously. Have you ever died before?
No.
Okay, I'll rule out that possibility. Thank you, darling.
Do you have any allegiance with the Raven Queen? Or any reason to belong to her?
Not necessarily. But I do worship her, so
That's yeah.
Well, that does sound like a connection that you would have to her.
Yeah.
If you do worship
Yeah.
her.
At least
more
you
of a
haven't
connection. More of a connection than any of you guys seem to have to her.
Well,
From a religious standpoint.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what now?
Well,
I don't know.
from what it seems,
Well, did any of you guys see your gods?
yes.
I think so.
I think
I
so.
think I saw mine too. Did they say anything to you or do anything?
In a way,
Yeah.
She
I even sort of said almost. It wasn't like a voice or anything. It was, but what I got was let the bridge take me to where I need to be, and the bridge was where Alicia was, and that makes me think Alicia's the bridge that's gonna help us get to where we need to be. Just saying.
The old bastard said pretty much the same thing to me, so.
Malora never.
You called him the old bastard?
I mean, am I wrong? He's not necessarily been nice to me, other than the future vision mushroom trip that I just went on.
Why do you worship him then?
The family has a connection with him.
That's very vague.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird for a tiefling to be worshipping the god of... Isn't he the god of elves? If I'm correct?
The family worshipped him.
God of magic.
Ah, I couldn't remember.
Magic tongue.
Because I remember you were... whatever.
Malora never spoke to me, but she did gesture toward Alicia. telling me to go toward her and the rift. But that's all I got from her.
Maybe our next step is to try to travel to the rift.
But I don't even know where it is or where it could be. It could be anywhere on this continent.
Well,
And I don't have Do you have a way of finding it? Of locating something that we've only ever seen? I think there's
Alicia, do you know anything about a rift on this continent?
no one should know anything about it.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. I thought since she was in all of our wonderful Vision Quest hallucinations, maybe she would know, but...
Closest rift is another continent away from here.
Oh, God.
What do you know?
Well, let's see. Well, I know plenty about the generals of Undeath, I can tell you that much, but I did get something from the Raven Queen. Basically, she'll only tell me stuff that I won't immediately know just by doing research. And she's very vague, incredibly vague. But she did tell me that 4 of you are supposed to have abilities because of this whole thing, I guess. Hattie, I guess you already received your hint. And Lezeth, you already had a connection to like the whole like future thing.
So I can see the future.
Uh,
Is that this ability that I'm gonna have?
Perhaps. I'm actually working on some stuff for like in-game mechanics for that, just so you're aware. Teth, I guess her logic is that you're a musician, you know how to use, manipulate the strings of instruments, so, grabbing the strings of fate should be easy from there, I guess. And Kai, she didn't say anything about you terribly specifically, just that you haven't gotten your hint yet, and then it'll come soon. But she also said, when it comes to death, how are you pardoned?
We were brought back to life.
I feel like that was a pardon.
There was definitely a pardon.
Wait, what was her question? Or say that again?
When it comes to death, how are you pardoned? Like healing. Like a healer. For instance.
Oh, so that wasn't... I didn't know if that was supposed to... Was
No,
directed
it's
at all of
that's-
us or just directed at Kai?
Just Kai.
Oh.
Does she want me to start raising the dead? Because I'm not a necromancer, I'm a cleric. I don't know if I can flip the switch like that.
Maybe she just wants you to worship her?
No. That's why I'm here. I think what she means by the whole thing with the bridge, I'm supposed to be your connection to the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I can't say telephone. There are no telephones in the fantasy world.
Like a bridge.
Ascending spell. There you go.
Like a
Stone
stone.
of far speech.
Yeah, I was about to say a stone of far speech. Which are in the game, by the way.
Oh, they are?
Hell yeah!
Yeah. That's what the priests used in the session where you guys were fighting the zombies to like call the other.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I just have bad memories, so I don't remember.
Huh.
So, did she say anything about how we're supposed to access these abilities or when they'll show up?
Are these abilities unlocked by like doing a fun little dance, or like do I have to drink a lot to like get them to start? Because I've been doing that already and it hasn't
Sounds
helped.
like a valid question.
Maybe I need to eat some brie. Never had that before. Maybe that's why.
If you want to try eating some brie to activate your abilities, go right on ahead, but I think they just kind of happen whenever you receive your hint. But you don't control when the hint shows up.
Wonderful.
Lovely.
Well, this is all a lot to take in. But what should be our next step, I suppose?
Finding
To
somewhere
put
to
it simpler.
sleep. We don't exactly
Well.
have a room, do we?
We could have a camping party on the beach.
Oh yeah, let's do that. That'd be so much fun.
Do you have to get like a permit? Or...
I mean, I feel like if we just dig some holes in the sand, that'll be like a nice little resting area.
Yeah, Sam's
I mean-
off.
Or you guys could stay.
I'm down.
We're
at
in
an
an inn right now.
Right, this very
Or
moment.
we save money and sleep on the sand. That's
I'm down for that. I like sleeping outside.
Alicia's just looking at you guys as you're having this beach camping trip conversation. Just like head in hands, like, oh my gosh.
Alicia, darling, we
Who
never
are these
said we were
people?
smart. We never said we were smart.
Clearly.
Well, what time is it in the day even?
It's probably late afternoon.
Well, we don't have to worry about bed right now. What we need to focus on is what we're doing next. Because there's a lot it seems like we have to do.
I have something in mind.
Ooh, do illuminate.
Yes?
That's a fun little Karryn pun.
Ooh.
He's a sun god.
Oh, Hattie's just like clenching her fists, like, oh.
Pelor's the god of the sun, but, you know.
Oh god!
A little confused,
You got it wrong, too.
but, a little confused, but you got the spirit.
Oh god! Okay.
Magical light, there you go.
Light time.
How much do you guys know about Craven's husband?
Nothing.
No, nothing. Oh
That's
no!
even
Teth.
less.
Is it the husband or the Craven that's tripping you up?
Craven.
Please write that down somewhere and highlight it, because that is a very important NPC. Oh my gosh.
He gave me that book that I can, like, contact him with.
He's the man we met who was selling the drugs in the town.
And
But he didn't want to.
and he was
He's
so
a doctor.
cute, but he was married, and I didn't have time to try to scope out that
Oh,
situation.
right, yeah.
God.
Oh my gosh.
I just like to think that anytime we talk about anything, we just spend like 5 minutes explaining to Teth what we're talking about.
That's in character.
It's very in character, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I do actually understand, just for the record. But
Oh, okay. What about Craven's husband?
Figures you wouldn't talk about it. Well, I don't even know if this is my story to be telling, but Craven's husband was maybe kind of kidnapped by the Generals of Undeath.
Oh, that's probably why he said that one of them would kill him. His husband, I mean.
Yeah.
Because they have him.
He's his leverage. Problem with that is that he and Jorah both are the only people that I know of that actually know the identities of the Generals of Undeath. Which means we need to take away the leverage so we can take back the pawn.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we get his husband out of captivity. And then we have Craven and Jorah back on our side.
Like a sneaking mission.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like a sneaking mission.
Wait,
I'm really good at that.
I would have done it sooner, I just couldn't get enough people to come with me to do it.
Well,
Okay.
you've got 4 willing participants.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
I remember when we talked to Craven, he said that there were like 7 generals of undeath left over. Elias Fry being one of the weaker ones.
Which we
The
killed.
next one up on the like tier list was Taro.
Yeah.
Do you think he might be involved?
In the kidnapping? No. That's not his whole thing.
Oh yeah,
Do you-
he's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Do you think either of the higher up individuals that he named will be there?
Where he's being kept? No, they keep that far away from themselves.
Okay,
Maybe
then
not
we might
too
have a
far away,
chance.
but far enough away that it seems like it doesn't have anything to do with them.
Well, then we might have
Where
a
is-
chance.
Yeah. Where is his husband?
Being held in this old decommissioned war prison up north, like right on the border of Barren and Lightmoor, just between those two provinces.
Do we have to go on another long journey?
Oh, God.
Trip.
Road trip part 2.
I wouldn't worry
Google
too
it.
much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. The Thieves Guild kind of has a way of getting around here.
And you have contacts within them?
I'm a part of the Thieves Guild.
Oh,
And they have a teleportation circle up in a little bar up north, near the war prison. So it would only just be a short trek.
Well,
Easy to get into, I imagine. They'd try so hard to make it seem like that place isn't running, so they don't have any guards walking around outside. Everybody's inside, and they hardly keep the lights on.
Sounds
okay, sure, let's
perfect.
go.
so what? They just have his husband sitting in a cell in some abandoned place?
Yep.
They probably
That
figure no
sounds-
one knows
didn't-
about them yet, so no one's gonna come
Didn't say
after
they were
them.
perfect.
Wow.
They're powerful, but they're not that great at being subtle.
And they probably figure no one's
To the
looking
people.
for them.
To the people
Yeah.
who are looking, they're not the most subtle people ever.
I guess that makes it easier for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a day or so. I gotta get somebody up here to help with it, but another person who was going to come with me, when I guess added to this fun little group that we've got going on, I guess.
Oh, can I see if she's telling the truth about all this?
yeah. Probably
She's
should
not,
do
like,
that.
trying to lead us into a trap.
Oh yeah, it might be smart.
Okay.
Would that be insight?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a 16.
Ooh.
So you think? Well, okay. So I rolled a 10, but she's not lying.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if you guys can hear my sister singing in the other room. I'm gonna yell at her.
Oh. Okay. Oh god. Okay. Well, Hattie's just gonna, turn to Alyssa and be like, well, I suppose we should get right on this. Get it done as quick as possible without anyone finding out, which I'm sure they're not going to. But the sooner the better.
Yeah. Maybe in a couple days. We do kind of have to prepare for this, of course.
Will we be able to go with you into the Thieves Guild den or whatever it is? Since we're not members.
You're sitting in it right now.
Ah!
Oh, it's this tavern.
Most people are in the basement, but they let me stay here for free.
Okay.
That helps.
So now what? You guys want to get dinner or something?
Yeah, you guys go prepare whatever. I'll let you know when we're gonna head out.
Can Kai try to get free drinks off of a bar tenant by seducing them for the whole group? Can we try that?
Lezeth doesn't drink.
Okay. I mean, you can try.
Okay, wait. I want to roll a check first before I start trying to be seductive, and then if it fails, we'll just say that nothing happened. And that I never tried it.
Good. Okay.
Wait, so is this persuasion?
Use some of Lezeth's ability to see the future.
Yeah, that's my hint. Would that be a persuasion roll? Or performance?
I don't know. Pick one.
I'm gonna roll persuasion.
Okay.
1d20. Oh wait, I have to do slash roll. Sorry. I lost all my dice. My dog chewed them up like they were poppers or gummies.
No, it's so sad.
I got a 10. Is that a no? Listen,
Yeah.
I have a plus 6 to persuasion. I just got a bad roll.
Why don't I try to? Do you want free drinks? Because I have good for both of those.
Yeah.
Can I roll performance for this?
Sure, go on ahead. Why
Okay.
not?
Lezeth is just sitting at a table in the corner.
No, I got a 3, but I have a plus 10, so 13.
Oh gosh.
So I guess no one's getting seduced and no one's getting free drinks.
Oh god.
Damn, I was so sure that plus 10 would save me, but it didn't.
Okay. After seeing you guys just like you raise your fingers up to be like, oh hi, and then they just ignore you.
Nah.
Alicia walks down behind you, goes to the bar, grabs a drink, doesn't pay the guy, and then walks to sit down at the table. after having watched you guys struggle with this dilemma.
Okay. After just seeing this dilemma, Hattie is just gonna go up to the bar and just be like, listen, can you just give us this one? And then can I use my haunted one feat? It'll let commoners will do what they can to help you. And I need some help with some drinks.
Drink time.
Just like one round.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you use it.
So I just take the round. Take the round back to the table. And I just toss it down at them like, there you go, you heathens.
Kai looks very sad. I've lost my spark.
Lezeth takes whatever drink was handed to her and just hands it over to Kai without drinking it.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
Teth
you
does
so
too. If this is
much.
alcohol, Teth doesn't want it.
Oh, well, Hattie definitely got alcohol.
Yeah, okay, so...
Hey, you guys,
over.
to mend my broken spirit, do you want to see how fast I can chug these 3?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hattie's just
great
like
idea.
sipping her drink. Like, oh god.
Do I have to roll something for that too, or can I just do it?
A Constitution.
I was about
Oh
to
god,
say,
a
yeah,
Constitution. Oh god. Oh god. If I fail, this is going to be very funny. Oh, I almost rolled 11 d20s. That was bad. 17!
Hey!
Damn it. I was really
Okay.
hoping you'd get absolutely drunk so that I could try to steal something from you again.
Yeah, it's impressive how well he's able to chug these beverages. You guys watch him just down all 3 of them.
Hattie's just like continuing to like lightly sip her drink as she's like thinking and like half eyeing Kai, half like just thinking to herself.
Y'all are babysitting me tonight.
Hattie just, oh god.
Lezeth is not drinking at all, just laid back in her chair and just. I have Parsley on my lap, petting him.
Oh, I love Parsley. I forgot how much I loved him until you mentioned him, and I remembered that he existed. Because I had a bad memory.
You're like a baby and you don't have like that, what's
I
that
don't
word?
have object permanence.
Yeah. Just sipping, enjoying my drink. Just you guys chilling.
Beautiful.
After a moment, Hattie's just gonna turn to Kai and be like, so,
Yes.
you were saying it's a family thing that you follow Karryn.
Yes.
I thought you said you were like abandoned or something as a kid.
I was lost and then I was found. Amazing grace. I mean, I have family. There's a word for it in Infernal that doesn't necessarily translate to common, but think like a mixture of sister and mother.
Oh?
Not in a weird way. Oh my god.
No.
Not in a weird way. God.
Sounds like it is a weird way.
No. No.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I mean,
Like someone who takes on a nurturing role but is not necessarily like very much older than you and gave birth to you. Like
Well-
a mom friend. Is that what you guys say, a mom friend? But like
I don't know,
also
is that what we say?
I don't know, is that what you say?
And Lezeth just shrugs.
We're sitting at a table with 3 other people who have not been... First off, there's one who probably doesn't understand generational language. The other 2 have no idea because they are not part of like the human world at all.
So I was, I guess, adopted by someone who worshipped Karryn. That's how I will phrase it. In a normal, human-ish way.
okay. Well, whatever. Just turns back, starts sipping my drink, just like,
Good talk.
yeah.
Tell me about yourself. Like, I know you're married. Did you ever have any like little ones? Like a pet rat?
I have Humphrey. But Yes, I had kids.
Oh, are they all in like fantasy bard college now?
No.
I validate you. You're valid. Hattie, you're valid.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. Just like really just turns away with the drink, just like, okay.
I don't know what that conversation was, but I don't want to address it ever again.
Oh, God.
So, Lezeth is just minding her own business. And then under the table, I'm going to attempt to stealthily cast Detect Thoughts at Alicia Nevermore.
Ooh.
I don't know how
Smart.
stealthily I can do it because it's verbal, somatic, and material.
Well,
Just
you're
like-
gonna have to make a stealth check,
Detect thoughts.
friend.
I like pretend to sneeze.
Oh, I forgot my stealth isn't good.
Oh no,
Not the
I
best.
just dropped my dice. Oh wait.
12.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't notice. I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, she doesn't make a save. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast the spell... As
Oh, that wasn't a save, that was a perception.
Yeah, I know. She doesn't make a save, though, for me to detect her surface thoughts. I can focus my mind
Okay.
on one creature. If the creature, has a certain intelligence, it isn't affected. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what's most on its mind in the moment. So what's she thinking about right now? Watching us be all silly and just everything that's happened so far. What's she thinking about right now?
Oh boy, I wasn't prepared for this.
What's she thinking about right now just watching these goons
Memes.
get drunk and goof off?
This beer is pretty good.
No.
Oh, she's just, thinking about how weird you people are. I think on surface level,
That's
it
valid.
would be just, these people are really weird, but this beer is good.
Alicia, what exactly is your connection to the Raven Queen? I know you said you worship her. How did you come to worship her?
Well, people run in a lot of directions when everybody they ever loved in their entire life has been presumably killed in an instant. So,
Whoa.
I heard you buffoon.
I know.
Looking away. What is happening over there?
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. This is an audio
Nightmare.
medium.
Hey, there's Twitter.
Oh.
I'm just gonna starts taking screenshots of Discord chat while we're recording and then post it on Twitter and be like, this is what our Discord looks like while we're recording.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyways, what was I saying?
Something about dead family.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was, I don't know, a refuge somehow. And then, I don't know, at some point it felt safer than just all the time thinking about how I could have stayed and not run away. But I did, and here I am. So,
Lezeth gives a little nod. That's kind of what Melora was like for me. I was lost, and then I found her. And she helped me. And that's it.
Oh, sweet.
and then she just starts chugging her beer, like, oh, I don't want to think about emotions anymore.
Lezeth just goes back to staring at the wall and petting her bird. Lost in thought.
Okay.
So are we camping or what?
Oh my gosh, stop.
Everyone's been making Lost and Found references, and I can't get Amazing Grace out of my head.
God.
It's an audio medium. I need to remind myself.
It's our mantra. This is an
audio medium.
Just say that before every episode. This is an audio medium.
That should be our new sync clap.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to sound like a cult while I'm editing.
This is an audio medium.
Would like after we've all been like sitting and drinking for a while, would Alyssa eventually like go back up to her room?
Yeah. She
Okay.
does after a couple cups of beer.
Yeah. When she gets up and like goes up to her room, I'm gonna like follow her, and like as she like gets up to her room, I'm gonna be like, could I just talk with you privately for a minute?
Ooh. Sure.
And then I like gesture to like her room, like can we go in there real quick?
Yeah.
Once we get into there, I'm going to like just sit down wherever I can and just kind of, you know, joining, becoming a cleric for Ayun was sort of an escape for me too, in a way, saved me, but I know after these visions, we're on this path that we're gonna go rescue Craven's husband, but I'd like to know more about Taro, where he is, what's he doing.
Okay. All right. Taro. I don't know his real name. I only know what can be observed. First off, people I've sent out to try to follow him. Not that easy, by the way. He's got a certain way of killing, marking targets with tarot cards. But there's no specific pattern to how he moves around. It's more random than any of the other generals put together. Based on some research, reaching out to some people who live over there, who are contacts for the floating dagger, seems to have history in Merrywyn, but I don't know the exact number that can be assigned to that history. As far as I can tell, there isn't a really good description of him physically. I have someone who works for what used to be the Nevermore Estate, who delivers letters from there. He's a friend. And he is the one who intercepts all of the letters between the generals for me. He delivers them. Every letter goes to one specific static location. Each general has a different one. People have tried to stake out the one for Taro before, but he's really good at concealing his appearance, and no one's ever really gotten a good look at him. The guy said he wasn't sure, but maybe might have seen a flash of scales or something. That's really all I know.
I just starts nodding, and then takes like a big sigh and just says, "Please don't tell anyone what I'm about to tell you, unless it's to find Taro, but I survived him. I didn't know he went by Taro, but I knew him as Dougal. And, well, I've been looking for him. And so I can offer you everything I know if you just find him for me. I know what he looks like, I know what he sounds like. I've been up and close and personal with him.
Okay.
And then I just proceeded to give, like, what he looked like when I knew him, what he sounded like, how he acted. I even, like, show her my tarot card that I have. It's, like, all dinged up and, like, scratches in it. Like, the corners are all folded, but it's still there. And at the end of it, Hattie's just kind of, like, lightly shaking. Like, just, like, a little. And just... But, I hope everything I've told you can help. And knowing that I survived him when many haven't is, well, just another reason to find him, kill him.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And I have all that stuff on your NPC guide,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I'll add that to my notes of the info that she knows
Yeah.
later. But okay then. All right.
And just
so
Hattie's gonna stand up and just give her like a long look and then just leave and head back downstairs to everyone else.
okay.
I gave y'all some sweet lore drop. Don't worry about
I know.
it.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, same.
I was writing so much.
But yeah, Hattie just sits down quietly back with you guys. Doesn't really say much, just sits back down. Maybe just still nursing her drink a little. Or a new drink she might have gotten.
Okay. Anybody else?
Beach party time?
Thank you. I was just
Yeah.
about to ask. Where are we going?
Wait, couldn't we buy, like, we could buy tents and stuff.
We have tents. I think.
Do?
Well, we have
In our
bedrolls.
adventurers pack or whatever?
We have bedrolls. I don't think we've
Oh,
had.
yeah.
We don't have
Bedrolls
tents.
don't count as tents.
I
I
mean,
know.
We could make a tent
have
out
enough-
of our
If you just, like-
bedroll.
If you have enough of them, they could be a tent.
we could make a sand igloo.
Oh wait, do I have a tent on my robe of
Does that
useful items?
work?
Let me look. Ladder, horse, pit.
Yeah, doesn't that rope thing have a tent?
I
It
don't
does
remember.
not.
It has rope and a
so.
sack.
Yeah.
And there's a pit. There's a rowboat.
Yeah, we can
Yes.
sleep on the rowboat.
We have a cart.
You guys want to go to the fantasy sporting goods store to get a tent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go to fantasy sporting goods.
I don't even know how much a tent would cost. I don't think it's on this chart.
I don't know, like some rope and like cloth. I don't know.
Yeah, if we find like a tree and then we just like
On the
put some.
beach?
Yeah.
There are no trees on the beach.
I'm pretty sure it's like a
I've
cold
seen
beach too.
Wait, what type of beach is this? I've definitely seen trees like on the beach before.
But like in the
And, like,
sand or
tropical.
like off of the beach.
It's not tropical.
You know.
Oh no.
Far, far
It's
from
kind
it.
of. Yeah, it's like kind of chilly.
It's going to be very cold at night. As it's been every night. So... I'm fine without a tent.
Yeah, we can just sleep in our bedrolls. I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
I quite
We've been-
enjoyed when y'all piled sand on me. So let's do that again.
Ew, sleeping like wet for
No,
like
but
8
like
hours.
it was like a weighted blanket. It's like anxiety reducing.
a wet weighted blanket.
I mean, if you want to get technical, yes.
I could do that again.
I just have dry skin.
Right now, Hattie will go along with whatever you guys are doing.
Then Lezeth is going to head down to the beach.
Beach party time.
So for the second time this day,
Yeah.
you head down to the beach.
We are enraptured with the beach.
Are we gonna
Apparently
like?
so.
We're gonna sit and watch the sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god!
Lezeth's
You know
going
what?
to make a small fire.
Sure. Okay.
Nice and cozy. I guess we just have a nice evening. Did anyone bring s'mores?
You could have gone shopping if you weren't sure.
I have jerky. We could do jerky s'mores where like the graham crackers are jerky and the marshmallow and the chocolate is also jerky.
It's just different flavors.
No, it's all one flavor. Same flavor.
You decided to go camping without supplies.
Hey, like we said, we're not smart.
We've been doing it for like
Never
weeks
said
we've
we
been
were
on the
smart.
road.
Yeah, but you had stops, right? Or you stopped and got supplies whenever you ran out.
We could
What
just
supplies
flip the
do we
wagon
need?
over.
We're just sleeping in our bedrolls.
Yeah.
Do we need supplies?
I don't. Lezeth starts setting up her bedroll.
Kai's trying to bury himself under the sand.
Oh, I'm gonna go help.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna help cover sand.
It's like that SpongeBob gif where he just throws the sand on top of himself.
Yeah.
I cast Mage Hand and I have the Mage Hand start helping cover Kai and sand.
I'm just gonna like plop down on my bedroll and start looking through my journal, and reading and just kind of leaning on Humphrey because I brought him down because he'll keep me warm.
I suppose we go to bed for the night.
Should somebody take watch?
Hattie will take watch because we're on a beach. I mean,
We're on a beach, like a few
Not that
less
far
than a
from the
mile
city.
away from a city. I think we're okay.
yeah, but like we don't want like stuff stolen in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah.
I guess we are sort of conspicuous out here in the middle of the beach with a fire,
Yeah.
just camping for no reason.
Yeah, Hattie will just quietly, like, sit by the fire and just, like, tend it while she, like, watches while you guys go to sleep.
Okay.
Drop something.
Kind of like some sleepy time lullaby music.
Ah. I don't remember how watches work. Like night watches or whatever.
Well, somebody,
Um,
you just progressively wake people up during the middle of the night to like start somebody
I
else
think
watch.
it's a minimum of 3 people.
Well, we have 4, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of us is good.
So. Do you want me to roll, like, perception check while I'm on watch? Something.
Since I'm not actually gonna have somebody rob you on the beach, I think
Okay.
I'm gonna be the nice DM for once and just not make someone rob you on the beach while you're camping.
Would
Okay.
have been an experience, if nothing else.
Yeah!
I mean, life is all about experiences.
Do you want to get robbed?
Not really.
Okay then.
No, we kind of have drugs on us, so...
Oh shoot! Yeah,
Oh,
we do
yeah.
have drugs on us.
You do have drugs!
So many drugs.
They're in my backpack, too.
Ooh.
I mean, I have the antidote to the drugs. So if someone steals our drugs,
I thought you
Actually,
gave
you only had
us-
one.
You gave
Yeah, you gave that away.
oh shoot! I forgot to take that out of my backpack, out of my notes.
But you got a
Okay.
favor in return.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot! Yeah.
Okay,
Did I
so-
use that up? Did I use up my favor? I feel like I used up my favor and it didn't really do anything, and then I wished I used it on something else.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
I will
At
go
least
back and
something I
listen
would-
to the last episode. That is.
I
what
don't think
did.
something I would consider a favor, I don't think. I think you just asked him about, like, tarot.
That's valid.
I put in my notes that he owes us a favor, so... But I don't know, maybe I'm remembering it different. Yeah, I have it in my
Wait,
notes.
listen.
Dorthatz owes us a favor.
Okay.
He might.
Alright. So you just want to say that, like, I wake up someone else and then we have our full rest.
Okay.
You guys could also draw a mustache on someone who's asleep for fun.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
after Hattie shifts over, she just, like, I don't know, kicks, like, I'm just gonna say you, Kai. She kicks you, like, just
Oh.
flops down and, like, goes to sleep.
But I'm covered in sand.
You can still watch with your head above ground.
It's like doing one long, prolonged sit-up.
Okay.
So, come morning, what happens?
The sun rises.
I mean, what did you expect?
But it
Wake
rises
up on
in
the
the west.
beach. What do you?
God.
I'm just...
You wake up on the beach. What else did you expect
I'm
to
looking for a
happen?
little bit of direction here. What are we
Maybe
supposed
like
to
a
do?
beautiful shark is making us breakfast, like a tropical breakfast.
What?
Did you take the drugs?
I checked my bag just in case.
Like a handsome chiseled shark is like making us like a pineapple smoothie.
No, a handsome chiseled shark is not making you a smoothie on the beach. This isn't Madagascar.
Kai is
Happened in
hungover and it's...
Madagascar, where he
I
does make some smoothies on the beach.
I think they just drink salt water and spit it at each other in Madagascar.
I think you're
think
hungover
we're
and
up our alley.
experiencing
They do.
hallucinations.
I remember them having a bar and that they drink like salt water out of coconut shells. I don't remember a handsome shark making them smoothies.
Well, one can dream.
The point is, there isn't a smoothie bar on the beach. where any sort of animal is making them.
Handsome or not handsome.
Oh, God. Addie's just, like, leaning over Kai, like, did, like, the sand, like, fry your brain even more? Like...
My brain was already fried to begin with. Do not insult me.
Are we gonna dig her up? Or dig him up?
No, I will stay like this forever.
Okay,
And
bye,
one with the
Kai.
sand. And one
Bye,
with the
Kai.
sand. No, wait, I was joking. Oh God, I was joking. Please.
Okay.
And that was the last time we saw Kai.
No. Crabs are gonna bite my beautiful, beautiful face.
Oh, God. You probably have, like, a bruise on, like, your back of your head already from when I kicked you.
My neck is probably pretty ripped too from like taking watch while also lying down in the sand.
Okay.
As he lays on the sand, in the sand, not
In
on
the sand. He's
in
the sand guardian of
Look-
the sand.
looking up to the sky. His friends are walking off into the distance, and that is where we're going to end this session. Hello everybody, I'm your Dungeon Master, Gabrielle, and I just want to say thank you so much for listening to this episode of Use Your Imagination. You can follow the show at Dungeons and Doodles on Twitter. Don't forget to visit our website, dungeonsanddoodles.weebly.com, to find more information about the show, the hosts, and where you can access transcripts for past and future episodes. You can stream Use Your Imagination on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and Podbean. If you'd like to support the series, make sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Again, thank you. I hope you'll be joining us next time.